Yo.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the Sharbi weekly update, one day late. Appreciate everybody for being here and tuning in. I am Lab. This is Hero. We are here to give the update on Sharbi, the queen of memes, the token that you are paid to hold, and the founders of the Sharbi Dream Factory. What's up, sir? You're looking extra mysterious today.
Hero Oshi.
Hiroshi. Hiroshi.
uh, doing good, doing good. It's Saturday. I'm not gonna leave this mask on very long. It was just more for the shock factor. I can't breathe and I can't see.
You just
My
happen to.
kids.
It's an old Halloween costume or what?
No, no, all dolled up. Found it at Goodwill or something. So she brought it home, and now my kids have used it so much that like it's just got fingerprints all over the things. Like I can't see anything. So
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
anyway, yeah,
Oh man, awesome. How you doing, man?
doing good. We have some family in town from California, so
Yeah,
it's a little extra crazy around here. We have
yeah.
uh, 9 month old baby and
They just they just
mother-in-law and
they just wanted to pick
in-law.
the hottest week possible to come visit their Texas relatives, huh?
Well, I mean, we've had a couple of crazy
I guess it,
storms.
yeah, I guess it hasn't been too bad, but
No,
they didn't know.
yeah. Well, I mean, in Northern California, I think it was like 118.
Oh, are they like in the valley or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Mm,
that's where I grew up was in the valley there, and it gets hot. I mean, there's no it's
yeah, for
zero
sure.
humidity, but it gets up to like I think the highest I ever saw was like 127.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I don't know that calculation in Celsius. I know. I'm sorry, everyone else that doesn't use the
Yeah,
same.
really, really stupid hot. Yeah, I lived out there for a couple of years, and it's definitely the less romantic side of California for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a,
And then like it's so green and so nice for like about a month,
yeah,
and then everything's just dead. And the thing about Texas is everything's humid, and you have these flash floods and storms, but it actually keeps things green, kind of year round, which is a
yeah.
nice thing.
Depending on which part of Texas you're in, but your part of Texas, yeah,
Mm.
for sure. Well,
All
cool,
right.
man. I have to say, like, I have not been this excited for Sharby in a very long time. Like, watching all the background development between Sharby and many well-connected people with Shib has just been, uh, man, it's wild. It's so cool. It's so exciting. It's just really great to see everything uh, just coming together for us. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, it's really crazy to look at our market cap right now. It's like people are just gonna be like, "Holy shit, I missed the boat." I don't cuss very often on camera or anything, but at some point,
Yeah,
some of you are gonna look back and be like, "Wow, like I really messed that up." Like this
for,
this
for,
opportunity is stupid. It's stupid. Like, and I think you said it best yesterday in our scrum call. So we have a scrum call 2 or 3 times a week, and yesterday in our scrum call we were talking about exactly everything that's happening, and you kind of mentioned like we ran to 40 million market cap off of like the the inkling that this could be, could have
it
even a
was
little bit of what we're talking about, right?
yeah, it was literally just like total speculation, conjecture, like, oh, he liked this tweet or like it's hard to even remember, right? It's so dumb.
Right.
And
It's so dumb.
people were throwing like hundreds of thousands at this thing, and now it's like it's all there. It's all it's all real now. Like the actual
Right.
connections are not. There's nothing to speculate about. This is happening. This is I think East Toronto is going to be huge for us as far as like, oh wow, these guys are seriously connected here, and honestly, it's funny. I've been in crypto for years now, and it just continues to amaze me with how stupid it is. But
Right.
it's just so dumb. And so, what are you gonna do? But I'm with you. I'm with you. Like people start connecting the dots, Shibarium starts to take off. Yeah, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess the biggest challenge here for today's stream is what can I say and what can't I say, or
Yeah.
like that. I actually, that is really the struggle today is I have to we have to be a little cryptic about it because it isn't all public yet. But I mean, yeah. So lots of hints, I guess, is kind of the storyline here. The biggest hint, one of the big hints is right behind me. This shape behind me is one of the highlights. But there's just so much going on, and it's all centered around East Toronto, around working with the SHIB community, and a lot of the SHIB community projects, right? The projects that we know are going to be there with us, and they're title sponsors and sponsors. So we know living the dream SHIB Dreams project is going to be actually they are a title sponsor next to SHIB. So you have SHIB, you have living the dream. I know Wellies is going to be there, Bad AI, Canine Finance, and Shiba Cows. Like these are the projects that I know of that are going to be with us in the SHIB section of East Toronto and Sharbi, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about these projects that are established, well established, well connected in the SHIB community, and these are the projects that we're talking to, working with, and I mean, and the
Pretty much.
people there are amazing, right? Like it's such a great group of people too, that to be included in this group or thought of as part of this group, and much more.
Yeah.
It's such an honor, and it's so amazing to get to this point, where Sharbi's in the same breath, right? In some of these conversations, and yeah, where how much can you say, right? Other than that, but I mean, what in uncle language, read the tea leaves, like start seeing some of the what Shiba Zone last night tweeted, and they said, a special thank you to Sharbi, right? Shiba
Yeah.
Zone is a SHIB project that was built in Venezuela, and it's like a really cool food court with like a bunch of different restaurants and like a hangout spot, and they're building a Shiba Zone or a Shibarium zone.
Right.
And they specifically said thank you Sharbi. they're raising some funds, and we are a part of this group that's been asked to become a part of this, right? Like these just things are all happening, all these connections and networks and time spent building, it's all coming to fruition. And really, from what I keep hearing and seeing, and is that people are just impressed by the resiliency of Sharbi community, of Sharbi, of the fact that we just continue to work and continue to grind and are here to stay, and are putting our voice out there for the smaller projects, the bigger projects, and being as selfless as possible, right? And I think that is something that sometimes our community doesn't understand, like, hey, why are you supporting this project and not focusing on our project? Why are you highlighting all these other things and not tweeting about Sharbi? And there's a reason for it, right? It isn't about growth of Sharbi, right? Like, it's about growth of a community, and you grow your community by building out among other communities. And when you do that, and you do it in a way where you really want everyone to succeed, not everyone's going to always succeed, but you are building this community that realizes, what you're trying to do is not selfish, right? Like, and in crypto, that's rare. Like, it's such a rare thing in crypto to be like, hey, this project is great, let's support them, and by supporting them, we also help our project. And I think it's a mindset that is so different in crypto. And I think that it really started with Shibarium and the launch of Shibarium for us. That was really where that mindset kind of started, and it's carried over into everything we do almost now. But at the core of it, it really started with Shibarium.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. That was definitely kind of the moment where the mentality shifted of like, hey, let's just, it's really just good networking, right? Like, and collaboration and those kind of things. And I think I don't know, it's how I live my life. So
Yeah,
generally
yeah.
speaking, so
I definitely think that you
it's
are a
unfortunate.
big. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It's unfortunate that like crypto is just so used to just the scamminess and
Yeah.
the sleaziness that it's just like that's what you're supposed to be, like
Right.
that, I don't think a decentralized society can work with no moral compass of some kind. We're just going to
No,
get a
it's
lot of
it's
a lot
it's
of what we
true.
continue to see. So
It's true, and it's sad. It's sad sometimes because, like, people like you and I are the ones that get hurt the most by the way the system is, because we're
yeah,
like, oh, like, these people are so great, they're so nice, and then they rug you. It's like,
yeah. I mean,
and,
that's your average person. That's where I'm like, man, it's almost like crypto doesn't want retail to come in. Like the
right?
way that this whole thing behaves is like, wow, like daddy regulate me, please, I guess, as Sharbi would say.
Right. So I think yeah, we're about, I think we're almost exactly a month out, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, exactly a month out from ETH Toronto. I would say every week from here on out, we will probably have a new big update on ETH Toronto and what's happening. Like, that's probably what we're looking at. We did submit our booth design, so our booth design is done. I have submitted my information to be a speaker, and maybe a speaker on a couple of panels, which may be a part of one of those surprises.
Nice.
So that's.
Well deserved, sir.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I have the public speaking role is something that I used to do a lot. I haven't done it in a long time, other than right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, I was talking to a screen like this or a camera is something that took a lot more getting used to for me, because I was so used to public speaking, right? Like talking to a camera is
Yeah, it's weird.
is something that's very awkward, and it's something I'm still getting used to. I still don't look at the camera. I look at like the screen.
I know. I'm the worst too. I don't really look at it either, but I think it's okay. No one's ever said it bothers them. I assume mostly people just listen. So
Just my wife. Just my wife. She
oh,
like
no. That's what
if
wives
there's
are
a
for.
blanket behind me, or the lighting's bad, like I get punished. But that's
Oh,
all
man.
right.
Well,
All right,
yeah.
so East Toronto, really big. We have been looking at our rooms and all that, and I'm just so excited. It is going to be huge for Sharbi, for Siberium, for I know Canine has some big announcements. In fact, Buzz the other day made a comment, and he's like, "Okay, we have the Canine VIP cabana, and there's going to be bottles of vodka and tequila." He said, "But our announcement is probably around 3 or 4." He's like, "Please try to make it to the announcement." Like,
That's
oh.
awesome.
Yeah. So,
Take it easy.
I mean, really, we are in the right place. We're in the right group, and like we keep saying, like last year we sent someone as kind of an outsider just to check it out. This year we're like guests, and we're guests that are the carpet's kind of being rolled out for in a way we never expected.
I can remember last year too. So we sent somebody out there to just walk around, and I remember seeing a photo of like projects building on Shibarium or something like that, where it had like all the logos of these different projects, and we weren't on there. And I was like,
Yeah.
what the freak? Like, man, what a burn. And look at us now. Like, that's crazy, man. It's been 1 year, and like now we would be like, I don't know. Obviously we're in the corridor. We're with all the biggest ones, and that's wild. That's
And it was a
crazy
big
silly.
deal to us that we weren't on that.
I know. I think I messaged Xanders even like, bro, what the heck?
Silly. It's silly. Like it really is silly to think of like what mattered then and what matters now. But yes, like I said, I think that people are going to look at the prices now at some point, and they're going to really kick themselves for not adding, not really considering what the upside is of investing right now, and really what the downside is, right? Like there's such little downside from where the market cap is to where it could go.
For
um
sure.
and I posted a screenshot yesterday of our SHIB, or of our Siberium blockchain. Our amount burned on Siberium is now more than what's left in the liquidity pool, and we're at 350,000 market cap. Like the odds, like with any volume whatsoever, if we got 100K volume of buys,
Yeah.
I mean we're at 5 million market cap. Like
Yeah.
like 100K volume is like one buyer. I
Yeah.
mean, really, like it's crazy. It's crazy to think of where that could go, and especially with what could happen with Siberian. So, not to focus the whole thing on Siberian, but this is really the highlight of what we have right now. Like it is really the highlight. But it's exciting. So I mean, and again, we'll have a good update every week on some of the developments. But there's a lot of cool stuff happening in the background right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm totally cool with us focusing on it. I think it's the biggest thing. It's the it's been like that for a while. It's the reason we got into this thing. So um, all the other things like are really cool appendages as we've built this out and as we've shown that we are not just like a meme coin that's going to do nothing, right? And I think those things all just strengthen us as we kind of have this moment that we've been pushing for a long time. So it's cool stuff.
Yeah. So the other couple big things, the revenue share. The revenue share has taken a little bit longer. Our system is kind of being developed out as we go. So
Yeah.
I have the spreadsheets ready to go, but the tracking for the revenue share with our volume bot, it went through a few different wallets. So we're really trying to get basically have to go back and get a ledger done, right? Because it has to be clean, with the DAO, with the DAO reporting and everything. It has to be clean. It has to be on point. So we are working on getting that done. It will get done this week, if not this weekend, and we will get the revenue share out. So that will be coming very, very soon. We apologize for the delay on that, but it is coming, and the revenue share will be a little higher because it will incorporate, about a month and a half instead of the month.
Yeah.
With that revenue share, be expecting the revenue share system to change a little bit. This is something that was developed. It was developed, in a way that we want it to reward our community the best way possible. And with that, we need to see the revenue share being beneficial enough that people want to buy into it, right? So there will be some adjustments. There was a vote done, and after this revenue share distribution, we'll probably be announcing that. So that's a big piece. The revenue share will be, updating, and it will be updating in a way that is designed to make, the revenue share desirable, to the holders, and to make it to where people want to achieve that. Because if you're holding, and you're only getting a very small amount, it's really not going to drive you to buy more, right? Whereas, if we do this revenue share, in the right way, it is going to be a solid passive income on top of other passive incomes. And really, I mean, a 1% bag right now, with the revenue share, with the passive revenue, even on Solana with the airdrops, I mean, really, we're probably over the last since Solana launched, really, I mean, we're probably at 30 to 50% APR just on those airdrops and what the revenue share is going to be. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
So the revenue share model, the passive income model, is going to be working, or is working, and it is solid, right? Like, and if you aren't adding here for that, it's definitely worth looking into. And we will have some great numbers probably coming out, probably end of Q3. It would be a good time to really do some passive income numbers, and really get a calculation for that. Also, our Ethereum contract, we will be having some announcements on the reward system for Ethereum, and there will be some big updates there. And I love it. What I love about it is that it's going to be different, right? Like I love the idea of you have each chain and each chain having its own uniqueness, right?
For sure.
Like so people will ask, what are the advantages of each chain? Why would I want to buy into this chain? And each chain having its own, little differences that make it unique and still under Sharbi, I think is special, right? Like nobody else is doing it like that in a way
Yeah.
that we are. And I think because of that, people find it hard to understand. But if you look at it and you're like, ooh, I like Solana. Solana is easy to onboard into. Solana is zero tax. With Solana, you can get bonus airdrops. You still get revenue share, and there's more volume there. And really, like if you're looking at it, there's just a really big potential of it kind of taking off. And I think that goes for all the chains. You have Ethereum where it's very steady, right? Like there's very little movement on the chain currently, but we are doing some changes that we think will bring in some more volume, some more holders, and that will be announced probably throughout this week. I'm hoping throughout this week. And the thing about Ethereum is the supply is basically held, right?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
so if volume comes in, really like there is the ability for it to really skyrocket. And we are planning some big surprises around ETH Toronto with our Ethereum chain. So there's that as well. So without dropping too much on that, everything is kind of conspicuous, but speculation. But there are going to be some big things with our Ethereum chain coming, and we do think that it'll help bring some volume, bring some life to that chain, and we have some incentives and some really big drivers for that coming. So Ethereum is very much alive in our minds, and I think that the Ethereum chain will have some more uniqueness and benefits to it coming as well. And then you have Shibarium, right? Shibarium, I think, is long term our biggest driver. I think it will be what leads all our chains to really grow.
Yeah.
I think that over time, if Shibarium takes off like we think it will, Bone takes off, which is the liquidity. Bone right now is like what, 45 cents. It's insane. It's so insane to think of the price of Bone. And I know, I mean, Canine Finance alone has bought up $100,000 worth of Bone in the last 2 months. Liquid staking is coming to Shibarium very, very this quarter, which opens up liquidity on Shibarium. Canine Finance just launched on Shibarium. Living the Dream is going to be doing stuff with Shibarium. The Unification Fund just launched on Shibarium. Like everything is really coming to fruition for Shibarium. And like I just said, like we are one of the highlight projects of Shibarium, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much clearer we can put that like Shibarium on our roadmap is like paramount, right? Like there's a reason we launched there before everyone else. There's a reason we've been grinding and pushing there, and I still believe that Bone and Shibarium and the value, capability, and possibilities there are hundreds of millions for Sharbi, and that's throwing numbers around that I try not to, but I really believe that there's possibilities of that without and it really just takes us doing what we continue to do and watching the chain grow.
Yeah, right, for sure. No, I agree. I've long said that we have major potential to be the bonk of Shibarium when it takes off. So
I love that
um,
idea.
that's very similar kind of thing where they just grinded for a long time,
Yep.
and there's something to that. Being able to actually stick it out, it's tough. We talked about this some yesterday. There's just so many coins that get launched, and plenty of them with good intentions, but it's so hard to make it this long. Like there is something extra here that is just like wild,
Yeah.
hard to replicate. You just
Yeah.
yeah, can't do it. So
Yeah.
all right, I told
And
my wife
Solana.
this was going to be a 30-minute call, so we got to wrap it
Oh,
up.
oh,
But go
okay.
ahead, say
And
what you're going to say.
so Solana, right, is same, very similar to Shibarium starting out, right? Like I remember being on Solana and buying a few NFTs,
Yeah,
and that's all that was happening on that chain. That is the exact same thing that happened on Shibarium to start. Like,
for sure. The important thing, like as much FUD and like, and obviously rightly so, right? There's basically nothing going on on Shibarium volume wise right now. Like it's obvious that the Shiv team is not done, right? Like they haven't. They're still here. We're about to have this whole event based around this thing, basically, and so it doesn't take much. Exactly. Like
it's gonna be there.
it doesn't take much. It's just like any project in crypto, right? Like obviously the funds exist as part of SHIB to really make this thing start popping. So um, you know, it's gonna be all right.
Yeah. And
Better than all
last
right.
part, right? Last part, the Dream Factory.
Yeah.
Dream Factory. We just announced a partnership with True Trend. Kin Crypto, who is a really good friend, is the owner of True Trend. They offer trending services on Solana Base, and I believe Ton is there or coming. But their trending services are very much like our volume services, where Kin will, really try to help out if you book his trending services. So he's got multiple private lounges that he'll post it in. And True Trend, it definitely gets some eyes and some investors' eyes. Whereas if you book it with a bot, sometimes your money even gets lost and you have nobody to even help you. like
Yeah.
we've had that happen where we book a trending service and then they're like, oh, sorry, and so Ken will help you out. he'll he'll make sure you're taken care of, and True Trend is something that we are going to support long term. And we've also added a lot more services to our service list.
We need to make like that menu thing that we talked about a while ago that has like an info, not an infographic, but sort of thing that just says like hey, here's, because it's gotten pretty beefy as far as all the things that you can
And
do
that's
through
what I'm
Sharbi.
trying to do. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I tried to create the list so we could have an infographic, have a menu list, and it is going to continue to get added to. But right now we did add. We added. So we have our volume service. Now we have a transaction volume service. So you see people trying to get on Dex Screener trending. They do that with like penny buys and sells. Our bot will do more realistic ones and do it pretty cheap. So we offer like for 1,200 transactions an hour, I think it's 0.45 SOL or 4 SOL for 10 hours. And that's off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's right. We also offer CMC Fast Track, CoinGecko trending, Terminal trending, CMS and Reddit trending, Twitter trending services, SoulScan. Basically, we are starting to become, through our Dream Factory, place where you can get all the services you would want for your project. 4chan ads, which is a big one that I think that a lot of people don't have access to. But we're going to continue to add to this list, and we have some partnership calls coming this week, and the Dream Factory and the services we offer are going to just keep growing. And now it's about the community raising awareness, right? Like we need to get these things in front of everyone. We are offering them cheaper than almost anyone is. And, the ability for us to really start gaining traction where projects are constantly coming to us is going to boost our charts, build revenue share, and help our community. So we need the community to really be pushing these as well. Because right now, all the eyes that are coming are really happening from word of mouth. And, as we grow and as we advertise it's going to get more and more. But right now, we need to continue to push it as a community and, push these hot seats out and really, share among other projects that, people are interested. So.
Yeah, 100%. There's lots to share. We still pay a referral fee for anyone you bring in, so it's a win-win. So get out there. We'll make a menu so it's easier to do too.
Yeah, and I already have kind of like a little menu. I just need it prettied up,
Yeah, we need Patrick to get back from vacation.
Yeah, he's on vacation, and all dolled up is
entertaining
tied
relatives.
up with babies and so.
All good.
But the Dream Factory, like it is gaining awareness, but we can all work to get it awareness sooner, faster, and as soon as projects start using these services, they're going to continue to come back over and over and over. And that's what we kind of keep seeing. So,
for sure.
Please push it out. Please share with friends. And the Dream Factory is going to be our bread and butter going forward, even as we build out more utilities on it. So.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's always going to be there. So.
Yep.
Cool, man. Awesome.
Right.
Well, like I said at the beginning, I am incredibly excited for Sharbi and everything going on. I don't even know what the market cap was. So it's one of those things. I've turned off all my market caps for like I've said many times before. This summertime funk, it's not a Sharbi problem. This is just every real project I'm in is just a dumpster fire right now, and that's fine. It's the ones that push through this and keep building. And I don't think we could say any clearer that huge things are coming in August. So, if you got the cash, now's the time.
Yeah, basically
not financial advice.
Right. All right.
But okay, man. Hey, good talking to you. Have fun with the family. And are we doing this next week, or you're in Hawaii and I need to find somebody to talk with? What are you thinking? Next week?
I need to figure that out. I think no. Next week I'm good. The week after is the one that
okay.
I won't be. I might be able to do it from my phone in Hawaii. We'll see.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll test it out or whatever if you have time. All right, man. Have a good weekend.
All right. You too.
Bye everybody. Everyone. Thank you.